Mindfulness is an innate human capacity to be aware, to be awake in our lives. A lot of times we think, well, am I awake? But we're really kind of like walking in a dream of our past or future thoughts. Mindfulness training offers all of us tools that are empowering for us to engage in our own wellness and our own healing. You know, I think there's a deep ethos, and I know this is true in MBSR, first do no harm. So it's really, and do some good.
Yes.
So it's not just stress, reducing stress, it's human flourishing as well. And, you know, there's an old saying that there's only 4 positions you can learn to meditate. And that's sitting, standing, lying down, and moving. So we've got them covered here.
Yes. You know, I so appreciate this range in MBSR that allows people to experience different ways to be present, to work with the body, to work with the mind, to work with the emotions, and then bringing into daily life from the even eating practices, mindful eating. This for me was quite eye-opening because I came to MBSR having a meditation practice, but there was a gap. And as you described it, it just reminded me of the gap I had between my meditation practice and daily life.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was, I kind of felt like I dialed in meditation in my cushion, but then didn't really bridge that gap to daily life, my stressors, how I was living life, how the way I was, how the way I looked at things actually contributed to a lot of suffering, stress, and even bodily. I had a lot of chronic digestive problems where I had to see specialists, and they had no solution for me. So I guess this is what drew me to MBSR myself. Is this so much to be experienced and to awaken to outside of a formal meditation being a to do, because
Oh,
it becomes a checklist. Oh, I meditated, now I exercise, check, check, and for years I was missing this link.
I so appreciate hearing your reflection about the whole life, because I mean, I think that might be true for many people, that it's like, oh, meditation is this one thing you do once a day,
Yes.
or you sit over there and um and yet if it's not practical, what good is it? You know, I mean, really, does it change the way we meet our challenges? Meditation affect the quality of one's life, and with mindfulness there's a chance and a training to actually come home to the vitality of this moment and to be present with it, whether this is a difficult unpleasantness that we're experiencing or a pleasantness. It's not trying to change that, but be engaged and alert in any given moment. And somehow that ability to show up in our lives has remarkable benefits that have been cultivated through a system, step-by-step process of training in mindfulness called MBSR. It sounds like a simple thing. Well, just pay attention to what you're doing and feeling and thinking. But as we know, this is a certain wise effort. It takes a discipline to build this strength of accessing this tremendous capacity that is our birthright. So MBSR trains us into ways to access this capacity of knowing what's happening as it's happening.
Hmm. I really appreciate how you describe the step by step, because it seems like we are in a time where we want quick solutions. We want to quickly get there, give me the formula, and then, by week one, everything's resolved. And really, it's this cultivating you're describing over time in a very particular way to hone that skill.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this particular method of waking up in our lives, MBSR, one thing that shows up when we look so closely at our lived experience is how things change constantly. And to actually form a relationship with change in the body and our relationships and our um, finances and our work, this is an area to really investigate, because it's a place that often there's a lot of stress
Mm.
that comes with this reality of
Yeah.
constant change. So it positions us in a way to be able to see it with greater clarity. We don't have to like it, but the knowing this too will pass offers enormous
Mm.
support through our lives.
Mm.